Last time on Dice Funk.
I have given you a gift to smite the enemies of the righteous. Rejoice!
Thwart, bitch.
Alright, you do so. This is something you can do once per arc now. You just warp the fan out and you just blast the magic off the spear, and it is now just a mundane spear, and King is no longer compelled to smite the enemies of the righteous.
We need you to do a little just sort of basic paperwork for us.
Do you want lime chili?
Would you like some heavenly silver?
For this amount, this will cover this contract and one future contract, if you want to do this again.
Oh, you're the pirate! And I'm not looking to gossip. I just believe really strongly in love.
Aw. Well, if that's something from his life that he wants to share with you, I'd encourage you to help him.
We're gonna go see Kato, and we're gonna help him get his groove back.
With a 26, what I'm going to give you, though, is you notice that she is not making eye contact with you, King.
But now I want the haunted doll.
Too bad, it's Blake's haunted doll.
Hell yeah! What does it look like?
I don't know, Blake, what does it look like?
No, it's Mighty Max.
Oh, fuck yeah!
You investigate these bodies here, and you see that some of them have the symbol of the Believers of the Source. The Believers is for short, like the Aethar or the Lost is the other group. But basically the people who want to become gods.
Friend of yours?
Business as usual.
Yeah! It's my brother Lloyd.
Brother?
Yeah, he's my brother.
Your brother Lloyd.
Yeah.
Do not be offended by this question, but are you adopted? I would die for Allison Brie.
Oh.
I think that's a good place to start the recording, because last time we left this adventure, there was stuff going on, family stuff. And King, do you want to explain to the audience and your friends who Lloyd the Tabaxi is?
Yeah. So, hold on a second.
I came up in the first episode, and if it's on your character sheet if people ever looked at that, but not everybody listening does. So,
yeah. So, Lloyd is a British short-haired tabaxi.
Chubby.
And when you think of his aesthetic, think British 80s punk scene. So,
well, hold on here.
A lot of like leather, a lot of like checkered pants, a lot of asymmetry. It's a lot of good stuff there. That's it.
Are we talking real punk or manufactured punk, Chris?
That's up to you, I guess. I guess you're gonna have to talk to him to find out if he's a poser or not.
Okay.
You're really putting me in a pigeonhole here, vis-a-vis accents.
Yeah. So I was like, let me just decide this for Austin. He's like, oh, he was gonna be.
Do your best, Joe Strummer.
What's a tabaxi, Chris?
The tabaxi are like the cat people of the D&D universe. They're normally not supposed to be specifically based off different cats, but in the Dice Funk universe, we have them take like traits from actual cats as well. So this one is a British short-haired tabaxi. So he's gray and very fluffy, and is particularly a reference to something, but I shouldn't spoil that ahead of time, I guess.
Shh, don't tell anyone. So where we last left the adventure, King was accosted by his brother in the middle of this abyssal swamp. If you'll recall, Jean the Demon Queen dumped y'all off here because Nifyx was daydreaming about an incredible challenge, and Jean took this as an excuse to basically kidnap the ship and throw it into the middle of a swamp where you are supposed to find a way out here. Your boat is stuck in the mud. But while you were searching through the wreckage of another ship that had been thrown here, you came across this cat, and that's where we left it. They're wrestling in the mud, and what do you guys do?
Oh, Lloyd, what are you doing here? It's so good to see you again.
And King's gonna be hugging the shit out of Lloyd.
Now accent time. I really wish I...
Just think super Cockney.
Oh, no. This is the worst.
I'll start you out there. Oh, there, Governor Pip Pip.
Laura, do you want to voice Lloyd?
I want to hear you try for this accent, Austin. I want to hear you try and do this.
Yeah, do your best, Johnny Rotten.
Oh no. Oh, I've been podcasting for like, I don't know, 11 years at this point, and I can't remember the last time I was embarrassed. I'm so used to
This
being
is so weird. You did the same voice last season, though. Like the exact voice I'm thinking of.
Oh, is it Hafthor Gunderson's voice?
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Hello, King Badass. It's me, Lloyd the Tabaxi. I am a kind of cat person for the audience.
There you go. That's I don't know who he's referring to as in the audience. That's
His conduit is he doesn't acknowledge the fourth wall. No, that's not. That'd be a good one, though. Hold on, let me write that down.
So that's Deadpool's conduit.
Oh, no, I can't do Deadpool. Abort. No Deadpools in Dice Funk.
Bye.
Is that our new rule? Now that there's the no Dungeons and no Dragons rule has been broken, the no Deadpools.
Yeah.
the third D of D&D.
We have a big sign. It says no dungeons. It's crossed out. No dragons. It's crossed out. And now I'm writing no Deadpool. So now it's the only rule left. So what about the rest of you?
So, who is this that you know, and why are they down in the circles of hell?
Well, first of all, love, this isn't hell. This is the abyss. We're on the clear other side of the multiverse for that.
Oh, yes, sorry. It's been like 2 weeks since I had to think about where we were. Yeah, what you doing down here, and who are you, and what's up?
You haven't told your friends about me, number two?
Well, I told people about you, but I didn't know where you went. You didn't, leave any note or, a phone number for me to contact you at.
He didn't tell me about you. He lies.
Why would I leave a phone number for a dead man? I heard you got wasted.
Well, that was a while ago, though, and I got better.
Oh, so you're only mostly dead.
Yeah, now I'm an assassin that's here to kill fun.
Well, to be clear, he was fully dead. He died. He just got better.
So Lloyd stands up out of the mud. You're all once again standing in the middle of this kind of glade in the swamp. I'm not going to make a big distinction here between swamps and marshes and fens. There's a lot of different geography you could go into. Is that geography? Ecology? Land stuff is what I'll call it.
They all just tap for black mana. That's all you need to know.
They really do. In the abyss, everything taps for black mana. But you guys have been going in the right direction. You crushed your nature roll 2 weeks ago when we recorded. So you know which way to go in, and you're getting closer to the river. You can tell because instead of just being waist deep in mud, there's now full on water here that you can kind of splash around in around this ruined ship. But in the meantime, you see Lloyd stand up. He is dressed as Chris said, like a kind of British punk. He has two swords. We talked about before, King is a samurai. That's his kind of character class, but he's not a samurai like the way that they conduct themselves or anything. But Lloyd actually does kind of have a samurai vibe. Two swords on his hip, and he has a kind of a light functional armor here. And you can see immediately it has the symbol of the believers of the source on his armor. The sword with the lines coming out of the hilt like a sun.
So they're the ones that want to become gods.
Yes. Aethar
Okay.
are anti-god. Believers, pro-god. It's kind of the core political conflict this season. There are only two factions which are going to supermatter in the plot. The Society of Sensation is kind of a thing with Cordelia and her girlfriend, and the Mercy Killers were mentioned but don't exist anymore. But those are the only four factions I'm really going to bring up, and these are the two plot important ones.
Mine's just fun.
How's my little buddy seem to be responding to this?
Oh, Lord.
Lancelot toots suspiciously. I don't know. Yeah, what kind of angry noise do elephants make?
I don't know.
His little trunk.
We're all just...
Yeah, it's the elephant equivalent of like a growl from a dog.
like a boof.
Okay, Shorty Squad is gonna suspiciously side-eye from the sides for a minute.
Lloyd, it's been too long. You haven't seen Lyman forever. She needs to see her Uncle Lloyd. You should come for dinner sometime.
Where y'all living now? I've lost the accent completely. Here I am, I found it again. No, I'm going too deep. Help me.
You are a character, Lloyd. Able to switch voices at a moment's notice. That's what made you such a great assassin.
I'm like a chameleon. I can slip in and out of any accent, and then nobody can stop me. I think this is going to become a defining character trait of mine, that I'm going to sound like this one moment, and then I'm going to sound like this
the next move? Who's gonna stop me?
I forget how funny you sound, Lloyd. Oh, but we're living in,
And King seems to like not know where he lives, so he pulls out like his not driver's license, but like the ID equivalent of one, and just hands it, like shows it to Lloyd. He's like, and points the address bar. He's like,
I live there now.
And it's just a business card that has written on it in marker, just purgatory. It is like something that Kato gave you in case anybody wants to know where to take you if you get lost. It's like
You park your lizard man at gate G.
it's like a dog tag. It's like if lost, if found, bring to, and then the address.
Oh, hey, what are you doing here?
Well, I was just going down into the abyss to check out some kind of ascension ritual for my friends here, and, well, we found ourselves falling through a black gate, and we landed in the middle of the swamp, and we were accosted by terrible insects. Of course, I managed to defeat them because I am number one, but my comrades were not so lucky. I've just switched accents again. How did I get here? No one knows.
Oh no, it's Aaron again. I hate that guy.
Oh, God.
What's an attention?
I've lost what the fuck you're even talking about. Oh, ascension. Jesus Christ. Well, old sport. It's a kind of magical ritual. How do I explain this to you, King? Well, there's a lady, and she is powerful, but she's about to become a lot more powerful, and I wanted to, I wanted to be there and see how it's done, and maybe get myself a little bit of that. I am number one, after all.
Oh, you're talking about Jean, the demon queen. Yeah, we're going to kill her.
I hate her so much.
But I kind of don't want to kill her because she's really fun.
No, she's not.
I don't know. So far the things she's doing for us are good. I could do with less of the vomiting maggots and whatnot, but like...
Giant mosquitoes.
Yeah, those weren't great. Like, if we can get her to, 50-50 stop some of her stuff and do the stuff that's actually
Giant mosquitoes.
But you got to fight them.
You know what I would prefer? Not to have to fight giant mosquitoes because there's no giant mosquitoes.
King's gonna tilt his head and like cross his arms. Like, you just said the most insane thing a human being's ever said before. He can't even begin to comprehend what you just said.
Good, that'll keep you busy for a while.
So Lloyd says, well, if you're going down to the bottom of the abyss, I sure would like to tag along and catch up, and maybe once this is over, we can go visit good old Lime. I lost the accent again.
Absolutely. Oh, here. And he's going to pull out some of the lime chili. He's like, why don't you have some of this?
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you. I'm going to put this in my bag for later when I can really savor it.
You should have it now while it's still warm. It's been warm because it's been pressed against my back.
Would you deny him the joy of seeing you eat the chili?
Everybody roll perception.
Oh.
Chili roll.
Oh, cat. I forgot he was there.
That's a real big cat.
The entire roll 20 has been taken up by my icon of Lloyd, which is an extreme close-up of this chubby-faced cat.
9?
7.
Holy Christ.
12.
Everybody fails. So Lloyd takes the chili and seems to eat it and enjoy it, and there's nothing to be suspicious of. Don't worry about it.
I'd like to think the reason King didn't notice anything is because while Lloyd is quote unquote eating the chili, King is showing him all these different photos of Lime from his phone.
Yeah.
Ghost phone.
I was thinking about technology because Planescape is famous for having robots, the Modron. So it is kind of a technologically weird series. And of course, Nifyx is a gamer. But I also don't think of everyone just carrying phones around all the time. So I don't even know what's going on. Everything's very weird in Planescape.
All right, fine. Then he has his sword wallet or something, and it's full of pictures of Lime. I don't know.
Sword wallet.
Is that a wallet that's a sword or a sword that's a wallet?
Both.
It folds up
Both.
like a wallet, but you can unfurl it and it's a sword.
Wonderful.
It's like a Swiss Army knife, right? But when you unfold it, you can keep unfolding it until it's the length of a sword.
Or what if it's like a slap bracelet?
This might be the best thing we've ever invented in Dice Funk history. All right, so you guys are standing around this destroyed ship. No other survivors. But Lloyd, what do you want to do?
Can I use an yeah, I guess maybe it's just a wisdom check to try to like see where my instincts tell me to go right now?
You already know to go from the nature check 2 weeks ago. For the audience, we had a week off recording, even though there was no interruption in the show.
As I remember right, our big issue is A, making sure the way is clear, and then B, working out how we're going to get the boat to the other side.
Yep. This is kind of a video game puzzle Gene has made for Nifyx specifically. So
yeah,
it's pretty simple. Just got to get the boat to the river. But the questions are how and where's the river?
Do you like that goddamn fucking ice puzzle they always have in Zelda?
Yeah, for now, honestly, I think Nifyx's plan is literally just see the end of the route and make sure there's nothing unexpected waiting at the other end before we try and transport the boat.
Yep. Nifyx takes off in the right direction with Lancelot on her shoulder, and I think probably the rest of the group follows shortly after, but this gives Nifyx and Lancelot a little chance to gossip about the new party member.
So, getting the impression you're not a fan of this one.
No, I hate him. I hate his soft face and his good fur and his whiskers. It's awful.
I know, right? And he's so big. Like, who does he think he is? King of Big Town? Pfft.
Get out of here. Smalls
Yeah.
only.
Smalls only. Screw off.
Lancelot tries to do a gang sign with his little elephant foot, but he doesn't have articulated fingers.
Nifyx in solidarity sort of just makes like a fist because that's the closest thing to the elephant hoof.
Yeah. Okay. I was worried when it comes to this conflict between the believers and the Aethar that everyone would side with the Aethar because Lancelot's so dang cute, but I actually am starting to really like Lloyd and his very strange voice habits, and Lancelot seeming very bitter.
Oh no, Lloyd is great, but I've committed to Team Tiny, so you know it's happening now.
Let me tell you.
We gotta have little solidarity, little tiny solidarity.
So, Lloyd.
Yep, that's me.
You and King are your brothers.
Well, yeah, that we call each other's brothers. It's easier than we were both raised by an evil syndicate to kill people.
Okay. Oh. People killing syndicate. Got it. All right. See, I was just sort of wondering, if it was, like a shared parentage thing and sort of what the mechanics of that were, because...
All right, Gregor Mendel, what do you think? Tell me how you think the parentage would work out there, that half of us would be cats and half of us would be lizards.
Punnett Square!
But most of the other ones were cats or lizards. In fact, we were the only cat and lizard.
You know what, King? I never thought of it that way. That is a very good point.
Lloyd, I've always wondered, why are there two L's in the name Lloyd? It's not Lloyd and it's not Yoid, and I just don't get it.
Well, as the inventor of the name Lloyd, I would like to take credit, first of all. Thank you. It's nice to know that your contributions are appreciated. Second, who the fuck knows?
Nifyx is just in the background like, he's mean. He's rude.
Lloyd, where have you been? What have you been up to?
Well, after my good friend number 2 got fucking iced by the Lady of Pain, I went off and joined another faction there where I could find some new friends to pal around with and kill all the people, so...
But you didn't even come to see Lime back when we were still around.
Oh, well, I'm very busy, King. Lime's sweet, but she can't quite...
You haven't even seen her since we first got her.
We first got her, you say?
Well, since we took her from the exploding building.
Yes, since you took it upon yourself to adopt a child from a child...
If I didn't, then she'd be all alone and then dead.
Have you ever heard the song Cats in the Cradle, Lloyd?
Is this going to be some kind of racist joke? Are you setting this up for something very insensitive you're going to regret later?
No, it's about not coming to see your little ones when they're little, and then they grow up and they don't hang out with you.
My brother here took it upon himself to adopt a child from an exploding building full of genetically engineered super soldiers that we were all a part of. It was a spur-of-the-moment kind of choice. I haven't really had a chance to process it, so...
Well, you should just be a part in her life, so she can have her Uncle Lloyd.
Well, if I can get some more of this chili.
Yeah, he's gonna hand him more.
Mmm.
Do we get another chance at perception check if he's trying to fake eating it again?
No, all of you fail to understand what's going on. The audience knows he's using some kind of illusion magic to fake eating the chili, but all of you seem like he's eating it.
Yeah, it's gotten kind of cold at this point. He's got to have it really hot.
So while that's happening, every conversation while we're walking ends up in food somehow. Nifyx, you're leading the pack, and you come to the edge of some mangroves and peer out ahead of you, and you see something interesting.
How interesting.
He has to move the cat.
You see a river.
Okay. What's the catch?
That's not strange. That's what we're looking for.
That is exactly what you're looking for. It's very good. What's strange about it is it is not a river of boiling blood.
That's cool.
Oh.
Oh.
So we're looking for a boiling blood river.
Are there any manatees?
This is a river. It is almost like blackish. It's not quite oil, but like so dirty and dark that at first it looks like a mud flow. But no, it is a river. It's just unnaturally dark and spooky. Why don't you roll another perception? Just Nifyx. Give me perception.
7. I'm getting real bad rolls today.
Yeah, you really are. So there, you see that this is not the river you're looking for, but it is a river, which is something. Down by the river, you see there is some kind of shape. It looks kind of like almost like two hills.
A van. It's a van, right?
Yeah. Okay, who wants to be Chris Farley for the rest of the episode? Yeah, there's almost like two hills next to the river, and there's something about them that it doesn't sit right with you, but you failed the perception, so you can't really tell from this distance. You'll have to get closer.
Okay, I continue to walk closer.
All right, Nifyx, you break through the mangroves and go down to the river. Everybody else is a little bit behind you, and they see this. How about everybody else roll perception, and let's see if you know what Nifyx is walking into before she walks into it.
23.
9.
12.
Nope, the party fails. Good try, King. But Nifyx, you don't realize what's going on before you get there. So there are not two hills by the river. One is a pile of bones,
Oh.
and the other is a demon.
Oh.
What if I start putting bones in my
And
pocket?
the pile of bones can't lie, but the other one can't tell the truth. Okay, I see how this is going, Austin.
Well, hold on, I'm going to have to rewrite the whole entire next arc. So let me shrink Lloyd.
Please.
He's
no.
so
he's
big.
Very good.
So this demon that Nifyx,
my
you walk
dick.
up. What?
I said, can suck my dick.
You do always say that. So this demon looks very traditional. Red skin, big bat wings, horns on its head, clawed fingers. It's classic demon hours here by the river. As you get closer, Nifyx, but you see that it's a demon in a pile of bones just as you get too close to change your mind about approaching because it realizes you're there and turns and looks at you. And you know what kind of demon this is. In early editions of Dungeons & Dragons, this is called a Balrog.
Oh, god damn it.
The J.R.L. Tolkien estate was not thrilled about that. Now they are called Balors, B-A-L-O-R.
That's way worse.
But yes, this is this is a demon so big it could be mistaken for a hill if it's hunched over and facing away from you towards the river, which it was.
Yeah.
And next to it, it's a pile of bones. And you see in its hand, it has a kind of summoned a whip made of fire, essentially. And half of it's the handle's in its hand, and the tip is in the river. And it's sitting there, and it turns and looks at you. What do you do?
Okay.
Conduit of challenge.
Fucking hell.
I feel like this is the time.
This rules. All right. So this Balor turns to you, looks you right in the eye. This thing is 1,000 times your size. It's, this thing killed Gandalf. So, well, spoilers, it didn't really kill Gandalf, but you know what I mean. What do you say to challenge it?
Okay, so Nifyx is going to gesture towards the pile of bones and go, is that supposed to intimidate me? You and me? Now.
The Balor says, well, all right then. Did you bring your fishing pole?
Is that
a euphemism? I think that's a euphemism.
Is that really the biggest challenge you can think of?
Well, you challenge me, little one. You come down to my fishing spot.
Aw, he's sweet.
And you see the Baylor kind of pulls the fiery whip out of the river a little bit, and at the tip it is a cat of nine tails whip, but each tip of the whip has a fishing hook on it. And he pats the pile of bones, and they're giant demonic fish bones.
Okay.
I welcome a challenger. Just pull up on a seat, sit down next to me, and let's fish away the day.
You've got a challenge.
So this is the conduit challenge. You can get this Baylor to do anything you want if you win, which the challenge is fishing. You've challenged the most powerful kind of demon to a fishing contest. What do you want if you win?
So, I feel like his size would benefit the ability to get that boat to where it needs to be.
Easily. This Baylor can pick up the boat and carry it to the river.
Yeah.
Puzzle solved. Fuck you, Gene.
Yeah, I think there's that. But I think Conduit Fun's whole deal was trying to basically wear down our resources with this whole section. So I'm gonna say, also use some of that big old magic you got. Refill our spell slots.
Well, fishing gets awful lonely. If you lose, you mind staying fishing with me for a couple 100 years or so?
I can think of worse ways to spend a life I probably shouldn't have had at this point, so you're on.
All right, so I guess Nifyx is going to try to outfish a demon.
Okay.
All right, let's all settle in with the beer.
Well, yeah, the rest of you finally catch up, and there's this Baylor. It's the strongest kind of demon. This is the kind of thing that if you wanted to fight it, it'd be like a final boss kind of thing that Gene was expecting you all to get party wiped here. This is the boss, not the mosquitoes. And maybe you could fight this guy, and if you win, make him move your boat. But this is a cute, peaceful solution. You walk up, and the Baylor turns and sees you and says, "Oh, hello. Who are all your friends?"
Oh, that's big.
Hello.
They're the people less interested in a challenge.
Very big.
Hi, scaredy cats.
I just want to do the job and then go home and eat cake.
I mean,
And I
just
feel like that's fair.
wow.
Yeah, this thing's towering over you. It can just pick up your boat in its hands and carry it to the river. That's how big and scary this is. And it sees all of you and says, "Do y'all got names?"
King Badass.
My name is Cordelia.
Fake Harris.
A pleasure to meet you. My name's Scarmiglione. You can call me Scar.
Aw.
Oh, not comforting.
What's your conduit?
I'm the conduit of fishing.
So wholesome.
Good luck, little gnome.
Well, I'm the conduit of challenge, and if challenging someone to a thing that they are the conduit of seems like a good challenge, so I think we're on even footing.
So actually, now I think the whole team's going to need to work together. I'm not going to say to cheat, but to give you every advantage to not lose to the conduit of fishing, because it's going to be a pretty high check if we just roll it. So why don't you all work together to pull off some kind of zany scheme here?
Can I dive into the water and try to beat up a fish ahead of time?
I think so. Finding a fish is the first part, and then I think King, if you could wear it down with your physical brute strength, that is a good twist in there.
I have minions of chaos. Would it be cheating
Always a good start.
if I used a water elemental to help beat up the fish?
I think King has beat up the fish covered, but I mean, water elemental sounds extremely useful. It's an element here.
Yeah. It could, round them up into one place or something, stop them swimming away,
Yeah. Cool.
make some currents that they can't get past.
I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna conjure a water elemental, but it's gonna be a weird black water elemental.
For the record, Scar is they them.
Cool.
Yeah, we need something to catch them with, because we don't have a 9-ended fishing rod of doom.
How big are these demon fish?
Enormous. Yeah, that's another thing. So they are to Scar as regular like game fish are to humans.
We have a very mundane spear.
You do love that very mundane spear, yeah.
I have a thing in my features and traits called Tinker, where I'm proficient with Tinker's tools and can use them to construct tiny clockwork devices. Can I use them to make a tiny clockwork fishing rod and then enlarge it?
So you want to mod your PS2 to play PAL region games is basically what you're...
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wouldn't it maybe be better to make a net?
How about this? My Tinker's tools setup. I'm gonna go into my bag of gaming stuff and pull out a net bag that's used for carrying all of the controller cables and
I mean, controller cables are an extremely funny fishing net.
Oh my god.
Well, no. Okay, maybe the controller cables. I was gonna go the bag that you keep them all in.
Use them
and
both.
just-
Why not use both? You need...
Attach them to the end of a
Porque
week.
no los dos?
Yeah, you attach the net and the controller cables, and you attach them to the end of a Wiimote, and you've basically fashioned a big fishing net on the end of a rod,
Yay.
ready to use enlarge, reduce on, and make into a nice big net for catching fish.
All right, so you use all the cables in your bag to make a big fishing net, and then you use enlarge to make it huge. Now you're ready to throw that on the fish. First, you have to find them. Then we have to beat them up, which I think everyone else has covered, the beating up part. How do you find them?
Could we use Gustav to scout with his special bird eyes?
Ooh, he does have special bird eyes. How about a roll with advantage, because birds are good hunters, especially of fish. Don't at me about ravens specifically. I understand they eat trash is their thing.
Oh, now you've really just opened yourself up.
19!
Nice. So Gustav flies over the river trying to find the tastiest fish. I think for maximum flavor, you demonstrate that you can meld together with Gustav. Like your forms kind of. You do a fusion dance.
Yeah, we squish together and we make a tiny bird. It's still Gustav, but also me.
Yeah, you Voltron together and you scout the river to find the choicest fish. And then when you do, you can use the water elemental to cut off their escape. King can jump in to beat them up, and then Nifyx can throw the net on them. Blake, do you want to contribute in any way?
Blake's just gonna try and find a long, thin stick. He's not actually even gonna participate in the fishing process because he didn't know fucking thing about fishing. But gosh darn it, it does look relaxing. And as he understands it, people love to chat when they're fishing.
Yeah, okay, so I think you mentioned before, like, Blake's whole thing is he wants to retire, and he said, like, I'll just go to a beach somewhere. That's what people do when they retire, but you've never been to a beach, really. You don't know what that's like. So I like the idea of you just giving retirement a practice run, sitting down next to Scar and just trying to fish poorly. Why don't you just roll, with disadvantage, just a raw d20 to see how your first time fishing goes.
15.
Not bad. You're kind of a natural. I think actually Scar says that. He looks down to you. You just found a stick and you just tied some string to it and you just tossed it in there. And you actually get like a baby demonic fish or something before even your party members finished what they're doing. And he's like, you did pretty good there, little guy. This your first time?
Yeah, I've always been kind of interested in the action of fishing. I've been told that it's one of those things that people often do when they, like when they retire and they slow down. They go out, find a beach and, cast out and bait and pull, and,
So what do you think? Something you could see yourself doing in your golden years?
I gotta level with you. I don't see the point. I mean, it wasn't difficult. I just came out here and I did it. It wasn't, like enthralling. It was fine. I mean, certainly I could do it every day for the rest of my life.
It's a low bar. I didn't really like it, but I could do it forever until I die. Scar says, everybody has to find their own meaning in it. Some people see it as a struggle between themselves and nature. Some people think it's a relaxing excuse to drink beer. I like the taste of fish, personally. He just pats his pile of bones. I like the way they wiggle when you eat them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can see how people might come to all. I mean, if you ask me, it's just a fish got hungry. At the end of the day, isn't that what gets all of us?
You hungry, little guy?
No, I can't say that I am.
I can't tell if Blake is really deep or just a total fucking shithead.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
King, can you roll strength to wrestle a bunch of fish?
13.
You don't have advantage on strength checks or anything? You're all strengthed out.
Where would I get advantage on strength checks from?
I don't know. I just thought that was the thing you had.
No, they don't do advantage on ability checks, really.
Can I give him bardic inspiration on that?
I don't know if he's going to beat 21, which is what the fish rolled. So King...
I could add a d10 to it.
All right, if you want to do that, King dives into the river and just starts fighting the fish that the water elemental has corralled.
I mean, I wasn't going to wrestle it. I was just going to fight it and kill it ahead of time so you could just pull it in.
Well, if you can't beat it in a fight, you can't kill it. So
Yeah. Go, add the d10 to it.
So you need at least an 8.
I got an 8.
Fucking what the hell? Sorry, what the abyss. Yeah, that's against all logic and reason. King dives in and starts fighting the fish. They start overwhelming him, and then he just actually, you tell me how you win against a school of fish corralled by a water elemental.
Put my hand around the biggest fish, like kind of giving it like a headlock, and I just want to start throat punching it over and over again until it gets really tired. And all the rest, I don't think fish have this trait, but in the hive mind that they all possess, all also get tired as well. Otherwise, King will swim to each one and they throat punch it until it gets tired enough that they just get sucked up in the net.
It's very funny. All right, so Nifyx, you see Gustav finds the fish, and then the water elemental corrals them. King jumps in and starts throat punching them to tire them out, and you're standing over this this throat punched school, and you throw your net over them, and then everybody in the party comes together to drag the net with all these fish, and King is in the middle of this school onto the bank. Nobody has proficiency in fishing. Everybody roll d20, just raw. Disadvantage, because this is something you're not skilled in, but we're going to add them together and put it against the master of fishing.
18.
I got a 12.
Oh, right, we're already at 30.
10.
40.
14.
54. All right. So that's definitely going to win, but I was feeling very smug about this roll a second ago because it was, as you can see, a d20 plus 20. So you had to beat 40. You got 54 against 26. A terrible roll.
We more than doubled his roll.
Suck it!
You have to admit, d20 plus 20 is a pretty vicious thing to do.
Yeah,
That's a rough.
Yeah. With us all having disadvantage, that's rough.
Yeah. So Scar pulls up their cat of nine tails fishing pole, and on each of the 9 hooks is a big demonic fish, a very good one too. But your net is full with just dozens of fish.
See, the trick here is that you put a bunch of cables together, and they inevitably will just tangle up, impossible to untangle. And, at that point, the fish are just going to get stuck in it.
Nifyx put it in her pocket first to make sure it got extra tangled. And so, yeah, not all of your fish are bigger than Scar's, but you have enough big ones, and then just the pure number of them that Scar looks over and says, I gotta admit, you beat me.
Yeah, I must say, I was caught off guard by how well we did. This was a challenge that I was excited to come up against. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could share the joy of fishing with my new friends.
Yeah, you're a little bigger than the people I normally make friends with, but I reckon we can make an exception for you in Shorty Squad.
Before we go back to your ship, how about we cook up all these fish and eat them to regain our strength?
Oh, yes, please.
Sounds perfect.
Oh, can I help?
You're welcome to, my scaly friend.
Sweet! I like cooking fish.
So how do you guys all cook all these huge demonic scaled armored fish that are thoroughly throat punched? Let's have a fun cooking scene together.
Can I make sashimi with my various daggers?
Please.
Gonna get fancy up in here. Swing, swing, swing.
How sturdy are these fish looking?
I mean, they're demonic fish, so they're armored and they're scary, but they're no match for all of you on land, fully armed.
Don't forget to pick out the pin bones, or you'll die.
If they're armored fish, I'm just going to use heat metal to cook them
Oh
in
my
their
god,
armor.
like a little fucking burrito.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
To cook them alive in their own armor. Yes.
Yeah.
So we got sashimi, we got self-roasted, self-broiled fish.
King is surprisingly like diligent with how he's like preparing the fish. Like it actually seems like how he'd prepare like a normal fish, except because they're giant demonic fish, he has to use one of his great swords instead of like an actual like carving knife or parry knife or whatever it is. So yeah, he's basically frying those up in like a decent manner.
So Blake's gonna find one that's of a manageable size that he can handle, and he's gonna clean the scales off, and then he's going to fry it and serve it with a wedge of lemon.
Is that blasphemy here in our lime party? Is everyone gonna look at the lemon to like,
Oh.
you son of a bitch? This is a lemon. This is a lime household. How dare you bring a lemon in here?
This is the abyss.
Flick it into the river of blood.
You must have wanted a line.
No.
So, why do y'all want to go into the river?
We're gonna kill fun.
Yeah. Big murder.
Oh, most people here like Jean.
I like her too.
Oh, I think she's just infuriating.
I'm mixed. I like the challenge. I don't like the vomiting maggots.
Or giant meatloaf mosquitoes.
Honestly, I just don't see what the big deal is.
I just kind of wish that maybe if we beat her, then she wouldn't have all the power anymore and we wouldn't need to kill her.
That's not how jobs work.
I mean,
And King, you see King tilts his head a little bit. He's like,
I don't know. I think it is. I mean, isn't that how gods are made?
I don't think there's a clause in our contracts where it's like, oh, if they chill out, don't kill them anymore.
Yeah, we're sort of here on, hey, you were dead and you're not dead anymore. Please kill people for us, cause we undid your death. You gotta do some deaths.
And honestly, I do not want to die again.
Yeah, dying kinda sucked. Which I realize we're doing it to others, but like I don't. Once was enough for me.
So let's go do a murder! Yay!
Yeah, we
Yay.
it's not personal. It's just it's work. It's a work thing.
It's a living.
King wants to ask, and I've forgotten the Baylor's name, so I'm going to call him Finn, as in Finn Balor, who is a professional wrestler.
Oh my god.
Hey, Finn, what do you think about Jean?
She seems awful nice to me. I don't mind the maggots so much. They make good bait.
Yeah, exactly. You could fish forever with her.
I mean, you can just get your own maggots.
If you can't make your own, store-bought are fine.
So, yeah, I don't even remember if we were told why we're going to kill this one. Do you know why anyone would dislike this lady of fun?
No, we're supposed to kill her because if she ascends, she'll basically become a demon lord who will just roll on over all the other planes of existence.
Demon lords are essentially minor gods.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Jublex is the demon lord of oozes and also the minor god of oozes. He's dead now. So becoming a demon lord is basically becoming a god, which the believers of the source are in favor of, but everyone else would not love to be subjugated by demons.
King wants to say to Finn, who I've now made canon in my mind, that's his name. That's their name.
So, hey, you fish here all the time?
Scar, which is their name, says, "No, I haven't fished here very long. I used to fish on a different river altogether, but then a big gate appeared, and I walked through it. And I saw this river, and I said, ooh, a new river.
Oh, what kind of gate was it? Did it have like the little knob on top that you have to pull up?
Did it perhaps lead to a river of blood, or come from a river of blood?
No, I wasn't fishing on the Phlegathon. I was fishing on the Leth. And a big black gate appeared and opened up, and I looked through, and I saw the Styx. And I thought, I sure would like to fish in the Styx. So I walked through, and here I am.
Is this the Styx?
The Styx?
Do we
The
know
Styx.
if the Styx is the sort of direction we want to be going, like lower down the levels?
Yes. What is that song?
Domo arigato.
No, not
Mr.
that one.
Roboto.
Oh, come sail away.
Roll nature to know about rivers.
I do. I mean, rivers are kind of like snakes. In that they're long.
I rolled a 0.
You rolled a 0.
24.
17?
11.
17 and 24 pass. So I would say, Blake, you're probably the one who's paying the closest attention. The Phlegathon is the fastest route to the bottom. That's the one that you were being taken down because it's the most expeditious. But all of the underworld rivers flow throughout all of the lower plains. So the Styx could get you back to where you need to go eventually. It's just not ideal. And you think that Jean basically is pulling a sneaky on you here. She said, oh, I just put you in a little challenge and you can get out of here and it's not a big deal. I'm just messing with you. But actually, she's put you in the wrong river to screw you over.
Yeah.
Fucking
Jean's,
bitch.
I don't know. This doesn't seem particularly fun to me.
How long ago did you get here?
Oh, well, I don't measure days in the way you probably do.
Can you imagine the property values in the abyss? If Jean is a god, nobody's gonna want to Airbnb. Abyss B&B.
Yeah? Nah?
I can't put abyss and Airbnb in the same word. I tried, it doesn't work.
Abyss B&B.
The arbs.
To your question, though, King, Scar tells you that basically Jean used the fact that Scar thought fishing was fun to put them into this level as a boss to fight Nifyx. This was recent. So basically Jean is going all throughout the abyss using her power on everybody and playing them against each other. So the believers of the source wanted to go to the bottom to witness the ascension so they know how to become gods. And she used that against them to crash them into the swamp, which got them all killed except for Lloyd. And she used Scar's love of fishing to make someone to kill all of you. And it just didn't work because Nifyx used the conduit of challenge on Scar.
That's what I was trying to find. Like, out of character, that was me trying to ask, like, oh, okay, so they were brought here specifically to try to be like an obstacle in our way.
King's gonna say, hey, do you have like a number I can reach you at? I'd really like to take my daughter fishing sometime, and it feels like you'd be someone good to actually teach us how to do it.
Aww. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you have so what kind of items do you have on your person that could be imbued with the magical resonance to contact them? This is kind of a thing that things can be attuned to magical frequencies. Do you have any items in your backpack?
Well, I have my sword wallet.
Slap bracelet.
Does it need to be something that like has like that functions like a phone or a communication device, or literally anything can like be a frequency kind of resonator? Because I have empty Tupperware from my lime chili that I could use.
Yeah, we set up that Chekhov's gun this whole arc talking about chili. So Scar is going to magically imbue the Tupperware that when it's closed, it's just Tupperware, but you open it up and it's a direct line and you can call them.
Well, you burp it.
Oh.
I was going to say, you open it, you have the lid as the mouthpiece and the rest of it's like up to your ear.
Yeah.
You know, like those old telephones where you had the thing you take off the cradle? But yeah, you have magic Tupperware, King.
Thank you. I'm going to write that in there.
This show is extremely dumb.
Tupperware.
But yeah, if you want to call up Scar for a fishing trip downtime or something,
All right, I'm going to do that.
they're into it. Any other questions about the river Styx, which you now realize is the one you were fishing in?
Do they ever have anything more dangerous on this river?
Oh, yeah. You want to watch out for all kinds of evil beasties in the river.
How did those mosquitoes get toupees?
Oh, my God.
I'm on one tonight, folks.
Yeah. The Kaz may just have a real nice sense of style.
No. No, it's mullets.
Okay. But yes, so the party cleans up their fishing supper and goes back to the ship, talking about what's in the rivers of the underworld. And they're bad. There's monsters in all of the rivers. So...
Well, the Phlegathon was supposed to be the fastest route down. Does it make sense to try and figure out a way to get back into that, or...
Yeah, that's a very good question. You succeeded on your nature roll, so I'll tell you, you know that all the rivers eventually do meet and converge and split, and there's stuff you can do. This is probably a question for Sharon about how you want to handle going forward. But yeah, so you guys successfully figured out how to get the Hermes back into the river. It's not the river you wanted, but you can get back on your journey once Scar moves the Hermes into the Styx. What do you guys talk about on your way back? You have actually 2 new party members.
Oh, I found it!
What did you find?
King pulls out his book of questions to ask people, and he's like,
It was in my other pocket.
How many pockets do you have?
2.
it didn't occur to you to just check the other...
Oh, I thought I put it in the other pocket.
Right.
Have you ever thought about like a knapsack?
What type of music do you like to listen to?
The Gregorian chanting only.
Mainly chiptune remixes.
Mm-hmm.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
But not young.
No. Never young.
I want his iPod to just be the whitest thing ever. Like there's a couple Dave Matthews albums on there.
Oh, that's what I should have said, Dave Matthews. You know, Under the Table of Dreaming? Are you kidding? Ants Marching?
Dave Matthews can suck my dick.
Yeah, he's awful.
Are there any people who can't suck your dick, Lauren?
I haven't come across them yet, but I'll let you know when I find out.
Someday.
King's like, I like that one song that goes. That's a good one.
And it's just like D-S-E background.
What's your favorite music, Lloyd?
Well, I prefer real punk, not that poser shit.
Oh my God.
I've decided.
He's coming for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Sco? What kind of music you like to listen to?
Oh, you know. Fuck. Fish.
God damn it!
Tried not to. I really tried not to say it,
It's
and
so
then I did.
good though. Also, that is the best flavor of Ben and Jerry's.
You hear Austin's just like, I'm about to betray all my moral standards for this.
No, but it fits. They're a demon. It fits.
It was either Fish or Jimmy Buffett, and honestly, it was a judgment call.
Like, if I'm to imagine what's like playing on a loop in some palace of torment in the underworld, there's a pretty good chance it's Fish.
So how do you feel about old Funbags? Considering, sorry, I realize that's a weird way to phrase that.
Fun facts. Sorry.
Let me try that again.
Good old fun bags.
Are we all 5? I started it. I don't know what to do. I can't talk.
So, how do you feel about old fun lady? Considering that the impression I'm getting is that she brought you here knowing you love to fish, not so that you'd have a good time fishing, but hoping that we would violently attack you. Doesn't seem super fun.
Well, you gotta admit, it worked out.
Yeah, we had a lot of really good fish.
It worked out, but like in spite of her plan, not because of it.
I had fun. Did you have fun?
I did have fun. I think she was playing with fire and we might have very well not had fun.
I mean, it was okay.
At this, you hear a voice, Nifyx, as Jean says to you, "Oh, Nifyx, you don't trust me."
Look, I had fun, I'm not gonna deny, but I had fun in spite of you. Like, it was a challenge, but I think you did want me to murder someone who just wanted to go fishing, so...
So next to you, Nifyx, you guys are walking through this marsh, and wiggling out from behind a tree, floating in the air, is the severed dragon's head that you encountered when King fought his double. If you'll recall, it's a black dragon's head. The neck has been ripped violently off the body, and you see the spinal cord is dangling out the bottom of the neck. The eyes are just gone. They're just two sockets, and the mouth is full of maggots. But this is what's projecting Jean's voice. It's kind of swimming through the air alongside you now, playfully. And Jean says, "You said that my level wasn't hard enough. Isn't a Baelor pretty hard?"
I'm not saying it wasn't challenging. It wasn't, well, actually, could have been more challenging. Like, it wasn't a particularly close to the line fishing match.
No.
You know what they say, if you want it to get hard, you have to play with it a little bit.
No.
Only Cordelia is mortified. Everyone else is just trudging through the mud.
Did I not say that if we kept saying the word fun, she would show back up?
Yeah, you were right on that one, Cordelia.
You keep doubting me, Nifyx. I'm just trying to make you enjoy yourself.
And again, I had fun. I think our fishing friend almost didn't have fun. Like, I feel like you're walking a very thin line where things could go very not fun very quickly for people.
Hey!
You
know what I think is fun? You leaving us alone. Goodbye.
Oh, I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree, because I had a new idea for y'all.
I refuse. Never mind. We don't want any no solicitors.
Well, let's just get it over with.
That's what Blake would find most fun if this was just done with. She summons a gate, you step through it, and it's the same thing, but it's just 5 minutes in the future.
Yep.
So the dragon's head giggles and kind of flies lazily and loop-de-loops around the mangroves and through the trees and just kind of mocking you at a distance. But something's happening. She's up to something. She's just giggling like, "Oh, you're almost there. Just hurry up. Come on, you can do it."
Are there any abyssal manatees in this abyssal mangrove?
You want to roll animal handling to pet a manatee?
Yes.
Okay.
This is what I've trained my whole life for. I rolled a 4. I find no manatees.
No, you find a black armored manatee, a demonic manatee, and you boop its snoot, and it's not soft. That is your punishment.
Still metal as fuck, though.
I rolled a 15. Do I find a better manatee?
You gotta follow, like, little fountains, because they love when water comes out of a weird place.
They're very cute.
They like to roll around and then put their tummies in the air. Okay.
Can I do an insight check on Jean?
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
All right.
We just all squinted her.
14. Wow, I rolled really bad.
15.
25.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Nifyx, so the party passes, but Nifyx specifically with a 25. You realize that she's distracting you by giggling and floating around this ever dragon head, trying to distract you from the fact that you are under attack right now, currently. It's not something that's going to happen. It's happening already.
Oh, Lord.
And she's just trying to keep you from noticing that. And your gamer instincts kick in. You're in an ambush.
Ruh-roh.
Roll initiative, actually.
Damn.
Okay.
It's happening. Whether or not you realize it. Ooh, 7. Very bad.
19.
Well, I got a 7 too, but I had a +1, so I go first.
19, so there.
19, so...
Everybody gets a 19, I think. So first, Nifyx.
I love to talk like this. I'm gonna do it forever.
All right, Nifyx, you're up first. Something's happening. You're being attacked in the swamp. You just don't realize it yet.
I'm going to start by casting Hypnotic Pattern. 30-foot cube, 120 foot. Anyone that can see my cube has to make a wisdom save.
Fuck.
Which I'm hoping will give us some stalling time to work out what is attacking us.
That includes us, though, right?
Pardon?
Don't we have to roll too?
You do.
Well,
I think.
yeah. We want to take that risk.
18!
13. That's not great.
23.
All right, so Nifyx, you put up a hypnotic pattern in the forest to slow down attackers. Only Blake, only that you can see, only Blake is affected. You don't know what else is around or happening.
Okay. So having a look around, there's no one else visible that is affected.
Correct. I'm keeping track of it, but Nifyx, you do not know the result.
Okay, so whatever is out there, charming it isn't making it visible, or
Correct.
incapacitating its speed isn't making it visible.
Correct. Cordelia, it's your turn.
And so the drums are all machines then.
What?
Sound off in the comments if you got that reference.
I'm just going to cast poison spray in the direction of not my friends.
All right.
That is a Constitution saving throw against 17.
So I botched. You don't know what that means yet. You spray your poison into the swamp, and something, you don't know what happens. Something's happening. I'm keeping track of it, but Cordelia, you don't know what.
11 on whatever's happening.
Blake, you're hypnotized by the hypnotic pattern, so I guess roll to break that.
Okay, was that wisdom saving throw again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 11, that's no.
No, Blake's just taking a little sleep. King, it's your turn. So here's something. While Lloyd is in the party, and rather than having him do all his stuff and me basically fighting myself, you get an additional extra attack.
Okay.
It's like he's basically he's an equipment to you.
Okay.
And so as long as he's in the party, attack again, and that just represents you two fighting together as a unit.
All right. So King's going to pull out his flaming greatsword, and he's going to turn to Lloyd, and he's going to say, "You know where it is?"
Well, personally, chum, I'd roll perception to try to see them in the trees, but that's just me.
Oh, fuck.
All right. I was trying to do a cool moment where we were both like keen back on our assassin times and whatever. 22.
Yeah, you crushed it. So, he does. You guys look at each other and he's like, I'll follow your instincts, bruv.
All right. And I'm going to run up and I'm going to attack this thing and use a fighting spirit, so I have an advantage. I don't know what I'm fighting yet, but I'm going to kill it. 16, 18, and 27.
Holy shit.
Those all hit. Roll damage before I describe what happens.
All right. So 37.
This is a child,
Whew.
right?
Fire and slashing damage.
Wait, what's a
It's
child?
a child that's out there that we're just blindly attacking.
Oh, no.
No, so King and Lloyd just
It's Grandpa!
King and Lloyd just take off into the mangroves. You guys don't even see what they're going after, but they're like a well choreographed ballet. Every day for their entire childhood and most of their adolescence, they trained with the world's best killers to be elite assassins, and they just effortlessly track their prey, do some sweet flips. One of them flushes out something from behind a tree, and then they both, just do that anime thing where they strike through it and go to the other side. And 3 cuts, 1 from King's greatsword and 2 from each of Lloyd's swords, just cut into sashimi, a great demonic panther that was hidden in the underbrush.
Woo! Good job, Team Murder.
So you're being attacked by demonic equivalents of the apex predators of the swamp.
This is a very Florida setting, and it makes me very sad that we have to kill all the animals.
Yeah, but they're demonic. So this isn't just a cute, cuddly
Yeah.
panther that eats unattended children, which is the thing panthers do. It's like covered in like black scaly armor, and its eyes are glowing red, and it's all of its fangs and teeth are twice as long as they should be, and its tail has a scorpion tip.
So what you're saying is that there's a child that you don't like. You take him to panther territory.
Or alligator, really, I mean.
Is that why my dad kept trying to take me to see the Panthers when I was a kid?
So it's Scar's turn, and Scar is going to whip their cat of nine tails fire whip around and just through the trees, just cutting trees down in their wake. It cannot be overstated how much Scar could absolutely fucking destroy you. If you all had jumped Scar, like that's why I made you roll perception when you were sneaking up on them, because you could have taken them by surprise. If the whole team had worked together and taken them by surprise, maybe you could have taken them in a fight. That's how strong they are. But so they level half this clearing, and something I think a giant demonic bear gets ripped in half by this Cat of Nine Tails fire whip. But that's just one more down. Actually, everybody roll perception again.
11.
Oops.
18.
10.
14.
Something you notice is that bear is twice the size of the biggest bear you think existed before you saw it.
You ever notice how big the bears are getting around here?
The bear is enormous. Nifyx, it's your turn. Let's say now that the collective enemy, demonic predators, is now visible for you. There's a bear, there's an alligator, there is a panther.
A hog.
Feral hog. There's 30 to 50 feral hogs.
I wasn't even referencing that. I've just seen a lot
The
of
meme
hogs.
is back, boys.
You know how many hogs I've seen hiking in the trails of South Florida? A fucking lot. It's a hog city down there.
They are genuinely dangerous, and
But they're also
aggressive.
very cute.
They're very cute. But yeah, there's a huge demonic hog. Nifyx, what do you do?
It's my hog noise.
Okay, Nifyx is gonna turn to our target and just go, alright, so who's this all for?
Jean says, you don't want to play with my hog?
God damn it.
I'm just curious who your hog's for.
No.
You can be rough with it.
No.
Which
It's a
of us
big hog.
Which of us are you hoping to play with your hog?
No!
You wanted it harder.
Stop it.
It's a group session now, Nifyx.
I'm gonna throw out a vicious mockery, and I'm just gonna turn to this hog and go, meme's not funny anymore. It's a dead meme.
I mean, it's timeless, but okay.
Wisdom save.
Go off, I guess.
Wisdom save.
6. The hog is the hog is deeply wounded that you don't think it's funny anymore.
Stop saying hog. What have I done? What have I wrought?
Okay, so it's only 3 damage, but it also has disadvantage on its next attack roll, so...
All right, Cordelia, it's your turn. There's a giant hog and a giant alligator, each many times larger than these animals are in our world, and covered in like black armor, flaming eyes. You know the drill. They're demons.
Alright, I'm going for the hog.
All right.
I'm going to cast Blight on
All
that
right.
hog. That is a... Where did it just go?
Constitution?
Come back. Constitution saving throw.
All right. That's a 21. It gets advantage for some reason.
He is just a little bit rotted.
Mm-hmm.
20.
20 damage, and so you hit this thing with necrotic energy. It doesn't seem to phase it that much. It turns and looks at you, and you know how perspective works? When something's far away, it's small. When it's closer, it's bigger. They're getting closer and thus bigger, but they seem to be getting bigger than that, if that makes any sense. They're bigger and bigger and bigger.
So you're saying that the hog
Oh!
is rapidly growing in size?
Blake, it's your turn. Big hog time.
The big hog, huh? Do I need to pass a wisdom check still to?
Yeah, you do. Blake's once again just taking the turn off, kicking back.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool while shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
B-ball outside of the school.
With a couple of kids. Let's do the whole song.
Oh, there was a couple of guys, so not to like flex on you here. What was that saving throw? Wisdom. Yeah. All right. 15.
Probably not. Nifyx has an incredibly high DC. King, it's your turn. You and Lloyd.
Okay, so this big hog is just getting bigger and bigger.
It seems like it. You failed your perception.
Okay. Oh, we all failed it, even with Lloyd's extra.
I'm
going
gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, so I don't know how I can ask this. That doesn't feel like I'm trying to solve this without failing the perception roll. But are we getting smaller?
Intelligence roll, King. I love saying that phrase. Intelligence roll, King badass. It's tasty.
I got a 9. For having a -3 to it, I think that's pretty damn good.
Something strikes you about this situation. The animals seem way too big, and suddenly they're getting advantage on stuff, and your attacks aren't hitting as hard. But you can't put two together. You're just like, Weird.
Can Lloyd help? He's the smart one.
You should have played Lloyd.
All right,
Something-
time to kill King. No, I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna attack that hog.
At disadvantage now.
I'm gonna give myself. Nah, I don't want to do fighting spirit. I'm gonna go for Margaret attacks, but then I'm gonna use action surge, so I'll get another attack after that. And then so this was with disadvantage then.
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm gonna make 2 more. So 23, 11, and 20.
20 hits.
65 damage.
Tell me how you and Lloyd carve up this hog.
So Lloyd's gonna go in first, and he kind of runs it really quick and makes like these real precision slices on all of the hog's like joints, like on its legs. So as the hog is kind of going down, then because its legs buckle out from underneath him, King Leg goes underneath and just takes his sword and like kind of drags it through the hog's belly and just carves it from one end to the other before it hits the ground.
You unzip it.
Yeah.
All right, the hog is down. So there's alligator, and then you see another creature enter. It is a giant deer. Once again, this the size of a semi-truck now.
Can I roll intelligence to guess the thing Chris said?
Sure, roll intelligence.
While I'm putting these numbers together, would you like to tell me about the noises that the deer makes? I got a 19. Yes, thank you. I got a 19.
Yeah, Cordelia, you pick up, King says, oh, weird, and then he goes and kills a boar, and you are like, oh yeah, this is weird. The animals aren't growing, you are shrinking. So now it is actually Scar's turn again, and you saw before that they were leveling entire parts of this swamp with their cat of nine tails flaming whip. This time they try it again, and they can't do it. They swing as hard as they can, and it hits the trees instead of cutting right through it. It just wraps around them, and their attack is blunted. And you notice that this towering demon is only as tall as a tree now instead of an entire hill.
I like the pretty lights.
Nifyx, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use my turn. I'm using my turn to smack Blake around the head so that he's not distracted by the lights.
Sorry, go on.
No, I encourage people to sing. Everyone does 2 words and stops as if it won't be the funniest thing we do in an episode. Cordelia, it's your turn now.
I'm gonna cast a spell magic on King so he gets big again.
So you try to cast Dispel Magic on King and nothing happens.
Fuck.
Blake, it's your turn for the first time in this fight. There's a giant alligator and a giant deer. I guess only Cordelia knows that you're actually shrinking.
These are big. When did everything get so big?
We're getting smaller.
Oh.
That's my shrinking voice.
Oh, okay,
I
so...
tried to cast a spell. It didn't dispel the magic.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I can figure out what might cause something like this to happen?
Yeah,
Yeah?
very good idea.
How about 20?
Incredible. If Dispel Magic didn't work, that means it's a conduit ability.
Oh, man.
And animals aren't sapient, so they don't have conduits. And Jean is the conduit of fun, which doesn't do this. So that means...
There's someone else, unless this is what fishing, the conduit of fishing does.
You were right the first time.
Yeah, no, there's definitely someone else here.
Come out and face us, you coward!
As you say that, a voice booms out and says, "You are in my world now. I am humility, and I will break you and make you humble."
Nah.
Real
Nah.
humble person who's all like, this is my world.
You gotta
Got
really
it.
drag the H, by the way. Humble.
So humility is another one of the heavenly virtues. So the
These fucks again.
the 7 virtues are angels, 1 for each, and they are going to get revenge on your party for killing the Metatron, no matter how long it takes them.
Oh my god, how about the virtues? Suck my dick.
Yeah. Okay. Not even.
Or
Gonna...
eat my ass.
Oh, either one.
Really, either or.
Okay. It's still Blake's turn. You know that the virtue humility is in the swamp with you, and that's what's shrinking you. His conduit ability can shrink the enemies of heaven, essentially.
All right. But we can't see them to target them with the spell at this point.
At this point.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to cast haste on King so that he can, when the time comes, do the things.
All right, I mean, then it's King's turn. King, do the things.
Okay, so can I set up my action so that when I'm enlarged, I charge at the Spirit of Humility and make my attack?
Yeah, there's something you can do where you basically ready an action, you and Lloyd get in a position to strike down humility when it's discovered. So then it's enemy's turn. Everybody dexterity saving throws as the deer with its huge antlers and the alligator begin attacking you.
Oh!
14.
Fail.
17.
Success.
9.
And 17, yeah.
So it looks like Nifyx and Blake succeed. 42 damage if you failed, and everyone else takes 21.
Fucking hell.
The deer just impales Cordelia. The alligator grabs onto King's leg and chews halfway through it, and then spears of light begin dropping from the sky and impaling the party members, because humility's in here somewhere.
No.
Nifyx, your turn.
Enlarge reduce on King.
All right, King is the Flash and also the Hulk.
Yeah, he big and fast. Is that my entire turn, or can I try and look around for where this thing is?
That's a spell you can do. You can do anything. You can move and take it's called an interaction.
Nifyx, after having grown King, is going to try and sort of run up his shoulders as best possible, just to get a better look around, see if she can see where this attack's come from. Presumably from somewhere near where the spears of light came from.
I mean, they came from the sky. I think you already failed perception. What kind of roll are you trying to make?
Religion potentially.
Sure.
Try and understand maybe how humility might attack. 21 on religion.
Yeah, I think it's funny you said where the attacks came from and I said the sky, because if it was in the sky, you just look up and there it is. But the 21, I'll say, let's just talk about the concept of humility for a second. What is it?
To not be overly proud?
It's like a modest view of yourself.
What are some ways people show humility in a religious context?
Bowing their head.
Yeah, which makes you...
low to the ground.
And if you were low to the ground in a swamp and trying to hide, you'd be...
under the water.
Under the water.
Hell yeah. Damn, y'all good at this.
Okay, so after enlarging King, Nifyx shouts to him, attack under the water.
Yeah, so that's not going to get you all the way there. I think giant fast King can probably kill humility in one attack, but you have to find him. You know where to look, but now it is Cordelia's turn. Cordelia, can you spot humility so King can kill it before you were all fucking murdered by demonic animals?
I'm gonna merge with Gustav again and use his fancy bird eyes.
All right, it sounds like survival again for Gustav to hunt.
Come on, Gustav.
And I guess humility will roll stealth.
No!
Oh, you are Dunyan Ring, son.
He's very tired.
21-7. Gustav does not see humility under the mud. Oof. Anything else, Cordelia? Because now it's Blake's turn, and that's the last chance before we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Blake, save the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's water?
It's mud.
It's mud.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Swamps are not a great place to fight.
Yeah, they're not ideal. If it were closer to water, I was gonna just try. I mean, I guess I could still try Kona cold. Freeze them out.
Like a fudgesicle.
And get them to expose their position.
So, what do you think? I roll a d6, and then on a 6 you hit them? Does that sound fair?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'll roll. I mean, I don't even know. It's Kona cold, so I don't even know.
Yeah, right now we're trying to see if you hit. Let's
Yeah.
not even worry about anything else.
Okay.
So, yeah, roll a d6. If you hit a 6, then you hit it. Otherwise, someone else has to figure out a way to figure out where it is.
Nope, that's a 2.
It is not. So Blake fires a cone of cold into the ground in front of him, and what's the word I'm looking for? Like strafes it across the mud of the swamp, freezes the whole area, and there's no anomalies. You've seen a virtue; they're made out of light, so you would think that area wouldn't freeze very well. But the mud freezes in a pretty uniform way. You don't think anything's hiding in that section. King, it's your turn again, so you're gonna lose the set action you had before, and you can think of a new plan here.
So, all right, I'm going to take you on this
Uh-oh.
with me, Austin.
Take me.
King will do nothing.
All right, I'm glad you took me.
And let the strike come. And use his instinct to, when his opponent tries to go for the killing blow, strike it where he's about to be attacked from.
Okay, so if you'll recall, humility is under the mud and is summoning down sacred flame from the sky. So it does not give away its position. That's how sacred flame works, just in the rules.
Okay.
I like what you're saying, but that is what got Jotaro killed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stone Ocean spoilers.
I was thinking Zabuza. Not Zabuza. Zaraki from Bleach. Oh, hey, I rolled really, really well to kind of boop that one manatee. Can I roll an animal handling to see if those animals will tell me where it is?
Your mind, Chris.
I mean, they're extremely hostile. I don't know. You know what? If you want to use your turn on an animal handling check, we can explore that space. I don't think it's just going to solve this puzzle. But if you want to try it, we can play that game.
Yes. I rolled a 23.
That's extremely good. I think your instincts tell you that you can decrease the damage the whole party is about to take. You know something about animal behavior that you can trick one of them. We think the alligator maybe.
I could hug him, and the alligator's like, "No one's hugged me since my father left." And then King whispers into the alligator's ears, "I'm here for you." And the two of them embrace, and they share a small cry in the swamp. But it's beautiful because truly, in maybe the most ugly place is where we find true beauty.
Swamps are great.
Okay, so it's their turn again. Everyone dexterity saving throw as beams of light begin falling from the sky, and the deer begins impaling people.
17.
Oh no.
11.
7.
A crit. 25.
Nifyx and Blake pass again. I think those are the same people who passed last time.
Phew.
Yeah.
20 damage to people who fail, 10 to everyone else.
Oops.
Yeah?
I'm -9.
Oh dear.
The deer runs Cordelia through with its antlers and pins her to a tree.
So I have advantage on death saving throws.
Cordelia!
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, you killed my friend!
I take one for the team.
So actually, King, you begin glowing with your instinct aura. You gain all your health, and it's actually your turn. You get to take immediate retribution.
Do you want to take it now? Or do you want to take it after me? Because I think I've got a way to identify where this thing is.
Oh damn! Humility's gonna get fucking owned.
I was gonna say, if you pinpoint it, and King's right now, he's doing he's getting stronger. So you take the turn to pinpoint it, and then Carvin just cleave this bitch in twain.
Okay, so last turn I used Enlarge to get King up to a good size to fight this thing. This turn, Detect Thoughts to locate where it is. Because to work out where a creature is with Detect Thoughts and get its surface level thoughts, it's not a thing that can be resisted. It's only diving deeper into the mind that can be resisted.
Yeah, read the spell description for the audience.
Just a sec. During the duration of Detect Thoughts, you can read the thoughts of specific creatures. You can focus your mind on any one creature of your choice that is within 30 feet of your location. Can't use it if they've got an intelligence of 3 or below, or don't speak any languages. I'm guessing that's not the case here.
Yeah, the important thing is it doesn't say that you can see. It just says 30 feet.
Yeah, so if you want to go deep into their mind, I believe you have to be able to see them. But the specific thing here is the spell can be used to detect the presence of other thinking creatures present around you.
All right, so I mean that's it. So 30 feet around you, Nifyx, you don't detect any thoughts, but then from your shoulder, Lancelot says, "I got you, Nifyx," and like falls off your shoulder into the mud, transforms into giant Lancelot, and then picks you up and hurls you across the swamp, so that the 30 feet around you is suddenly a huge moving target. And as you're flying like a javelin over the swamp, you detect the thoughts in a cluster of banyan roots. Have you ever seen these kind of trees where the roots grow like almost like arches over and over throughout the swamp? They're really cool looking, but it's hiding in there, and you detect that. What do you do?
As she's flying over, Nifyx shouts back to King and goes, "The fucker that hurt Cordelia is right down there."
Banyan, Banyan. If you want to Google it, they
They're
look
very good.
really cool. They basically look like the veins of a swamp.
They're like ultra mangroves.
Do they have a name for that thing when an anime character's eyes shift and there's like a shing sound effect?
Shing! Yeah.
Because that's
Audible sharpness, I believe, is the TV tropes term.
yeah. So that's gonna happen when Nifyx points out where humility is, and King is, as though this was planned, because I now have haste on me as well, is going to do like the Dragon Ball Z like super speed like dash over there. And do you need me to actually roll the attacks?
It's so I have absolutely no expectation humility will survive a giant hasted Super Saiyan King badass, but it could be funny if you want to roll that out or if you just want to describe it to me. It's up to you.
I want to know how murdered this thing is.
I really want to see the numbers on that. Yeah.
If you recall, Charity only survived like 2 attacks. They're not very hardy. They're just kind of very wispy light guys, but their power's in their conduit. So
That's 60. Hold on, wait. 64 damage, fire and slashing damage.
almost double the amount of health it had. So describe what King does.
I'd like to think. No, hold on. Did I do this last? Now, you know, fuck it. We're just gonna see what happens. King's going to like super dash over, and immediately like catch it with his sword, and like almost like he's using like a baseball bat, launch humility straight into the air, and like jump up afterwards, and just continue slicing as he's like going upwards, and like just carving pieces off of humility until, I don't know, does humility have any like physical thing to it at all, or is it just a body of light?
It's a humanoid with wings made out of light, like no particular facial features. Especially for humility, its sense of self is extremely downplayed.
Okay, because I was gonna say if it had like one cool
Oh my
like
god.
crystal eye or something, that'd be the only thing that actually lands on the ground afterwards. But
So he's turned him into like minced garlic.
yeah, like it's just a shower of like glitter at the end as all these pieces of light are just ripped to shreds in the air as King goes just hog wild.
Yay, how pretty.
On the ground, Lloyd is like playfully cutting the little ribbons into even smaller ribbons as they float down. And I think with that, humility dies, and you all return to size, immediately spooking the alligator and the deer, which run off because they were only fighting you because you were rapidly shrinking.
Yeah, I'd feel compelled to. Yeah, I get it.
They take off into the forest. Cordelia slumps down into the mud with a huge hole in her, and you have won.
But that's what's cost.
Was that hard enough, Nifyx?
I don't think you can really take credit for that particular challenge, can you? That's a self-inflicted one.
Who do you think invited the angel?
Oh.
They would have come anyway also. I probably can't talk, but you cannot stop me.
There's a whole bunch of these guys who want revenge on you. They think it'd be very fun.
I would think it's fun if your eyes disintegrated.
Blake's gonna go pull the antler out of Cordelia's
Please. Please.
chest,
My family.
abdomen. I mean, I don't really.
The deer took off, so she's just on the ground.
I'm not a doctor, but I do have a medicine roll, so
Yeah?
14.
Oh.
Yeah. Wizards are notable for not having any healing spells, and yet this is the second life Blake has saved after Lancelot earlier in the arc. What do you do?
Do we have a first aid kit?
I mean, he probably does.
Yeah, he does. He has a first aid kit, so he'll pull out some gauze, wrap around your belly.
Oh,
This high fantasy D&D world, you're like, yeah, I got Neospore, and it's fine.
It's cool.
alcohol wipe.
I can hop in with a healing words, sort of top you up slightly.
Yeah, when you get back to the Hermes, we can short rest to get actual health back. But yeah, Blake saves your life, Cordelia, as everyone regroups, and the severed dragon head giggles as it flies away.
Please, I am so weak. Wear me like a boa. I'm gonna just fly up on King's shoulder and lay down. Because he's the biggest one. I feel like it's the easiest for him.
Well, not anymore. Now we got Scar rolling with us.
Oh, shit.
Scar is by far bigger than the rest of the party combined.
Okay, I'm gonna go up there then.
Oh, you're awful fashionable.
I do my best.
Oh, agreed.
Big agree. Just sometimes if you get impaled with a giant antler, you just don't want to fly for a while because you're so tired.
So King is going to land after his brutal massacre, and the conduit of instinct will wear off.
And he's gonna be like, ugh, what happened to humility?
You killed him. Thank you very much, my large friend.
Oh, cool, I guess I did.
You did an incredibly impressive murder.
Yeah.
I owe you another trinket for your daughter.
Oh, awesome. I bet Lime will love it.
Everybody loves a trinket, even if it is made out of bones.
I wish I could remember what happened, though.
Children like bones, right?
So, have you ever been, to a parade?
Do they throw bones in this parade?
Depending on how the parade's going, I suppose. But they'll throw, strips of paper from the rooftops to make it seem festive. It was a lot like that.
I'm going to put on my new bucket list. Go to Bone Parade.
Welcome to the Bone Parade. When I was a young boy.
Young bone.
Father took me into the city to catch some bones. I don't know.
To see a pile of bones.
So that's what the party's singing as they come back to the discotheque stuck in the mud. You see that the boat is surrounded by Mains, the lowest form of demon, and Sharon, who are all casting mending on the various parts of the boat that were damaged when it fell out of the sky. And it's basically ready to go. The giant inflatable air guitar saved it against all odds and common sense. Does anybody have anything you want to say to Sharon? Scar puts Cordelia on the deck and just walks behind the boat, and it's just going to start pushing it like a wheelbarrow.
We found a new motor for you. It is giant friend.
Well, hello there, little demons. My name's Scar Miglione. You can call me Scar.
So, yeah.
I like you, Scar.
He likes to fish.
I usually like Team Small, but he's super chill.
Well, thank you. I'm going to push the ship now, so buckle up.
Click. Click, click.
So Scar just begins pushing the Hermes towards the river Styx. Not the river you want, but the river you need. I think maybe that's backwards. I don't actually know what the point of that quote is. I just say it. What do you all talk about as you're getting pushed back to the river? Because Cordelia needs some medical attention, and there are things to talk about.
Oh, my tummy. Oh, my tummy is so hurt. I am twice as determined as before to murder this fuckbag.
I forgot about was it Funbag?
That was Funbags, which is titties.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry about all that. I did not anticipate her assuming conduit of challenge and fun, meaning that she would challenge all of you by summoning those angels down. Like, challenge for me is great. Challenge for you lot, not so much.
I mean, honestly, they would have come anyway. This is the best time to get almost murdered. It's when we have a giant demon on our side.
I'm glad we're at least, dealing with them now, I suppose.
Lloyd, can I play with your whiskers?
Absolutely not. My sense of balance would be all discombobulated.
That's like getting drunk. I'm gonna smack his whiskers.
How dare you? I am number one.
The Smithy Orban Jaegerman Jensen.
He was number one.
Wee, I'm dizzy.
You look up and someone's brought warm towels for you, and it's Ted, the main whose face you melted off. His face is still
Ted,
gone.
you look so much better these days.
He's tending to you.
Ted.
King's going to come back. Like, he's going to go down into the ship and then come back, and he's going to walk up to Cordelia and say,
I'm all out of lime chili, but I did find you a banana inside.
Don't. The mysterious discotheque banana.
Sharon's like, oh no, not again. God damn it.
Yum, 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 yum.
Well, Blake is thinking about, like, he's going over in his head how, where along the way everything has gone wrong on this job so far. Like, he's just sort of playing it back step by step in his head, and he's like, well, okay, so we had that whole thing with King's double and that whole mess after that conversation. And then we had this thing with the Styx and the conversation with Nifyx and Cordelia.
Yeah.
How much would you enjoy just, like, tearing the flesh from Jean?
I think I'm going to turn her into a tasteful lamp for my bedroom.
Yeah, no. I'm less interested in the thing you're actually going to do. How's the feeling of, you're not going to enjoy killing her?
Maybe that would be the most fun thing you could imagine.
Out of character, I have something else planned for that.
Well, no, Blake is remembering that the last two times
We talked about fun. Oh, wow. You know what would be super fun is just like, I don't know, being able to flay Jean. I love to flay. I love to draw a quarter. Actually, never done that. Where do you get horses in the abyss? Nobody knows.
I think the severed dragon head peeks through the door and says, oh no, now I have to let you kill me. Oh, dang. No one's ever thought of that before you got me.
Suck my dick.
You know what would be the most mundane fun in the world would be you not showing up and we wait for you and you don't show up. Oh no, that's so boring. But that's what makes it fun.
What if we never have to see your stupid maggoty face again? Oh no, I would hate it.
I mean, I see what you're getting at with that Nifyx, but I don't think it would be actually fun. I think it would just kind of be, a thing that you did.
Also, aren't maggots a little, I don't know, predictable?
Cliche. I would say cliche.
Listen, you can talk shit about me. Talk shit about my maggots and we're going to have a problem here.
I'm talking shit about you and your maggots!
She spits maggots on you.
No.
You want flies? Because this is how you get flies.
She storms out. That severed dragon head storms out. While this is happening, you've noticed throughout this conversation, your haunted doll, your creepy doll, has been getting warmer and warmer in your pocket.
Oh no. What's that doll do?
Oh, I don't know. I completely forgot I had it and forgot to the point that it didn't wind up on my character sheet.
Should give it to me.
You should write that on your character sheet. Blake, I think you probably pull it out and look at it. It's glowing with some kind of magic. And if you recall, this creepy doll opens up and inside it has what looks like kind of the interior of a haunted mansion. This is a real kind of toy we discussed last episode, the Mighty Max kind.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
So when you open it to look inside, you are hit by a wave of magic and you learn the spell Moonbeam.
Ooh.
Which is falling lances of holy light from the sky. You now know what this doll does. When someone uses a spell on you, it gets captured in your doll, and then you can learn it.
That is convenient.
Man.
So only one at a time, one spell at a time can get caught in there, so you can't just purposefully run into a bunch of spells to try to learn them. But yeah, Moonbeam, the second level evocation spell, you just bring down a beam of light from the sky to just nuke your enemies. It is radiant damage. I just double checked, so it's exactly the same as written.
Well, that is useful. Yeah.
There you go. That's what that does.
Look at this blue mage motherfucker over here.
Yeah. As everyone's tending to Cordelia or checking out their haunted dolls or yelling at Jean about her maggots, you go up above deck to check on the captain. Sharon is up there directing the mains to get the sails ready to get back onto the river Styx. And she says to you, so, that's not the Phlegathon, right?
Yeah. That's not ideal.
Well, we could take the Styx down. It's going to take longer. What are your priorities here? Do you want to get to Jean as fast as possible or as safe as possible?
I'm thinking fast as possible. Have you got an idea?
Yeah, I do have an idea. We can, well, first of all, let me say, I know where we are now. This is the 333rd layer. We're halfway there.
Oh, living on a prayer.
Which is pretty good. We started off on the 69th layer and we're hundreds of layers down, so we've done a real good job. But if you want to get there as fast as possible, rather than trying to figure our way back to the Phlegathon and then go in the boring way I was taking you before, we could take a shortcut.
This never goes wrong.
Okay, what sort of shortcut?
Well, one of the other rivers, the Cocytus, Cocytus, is a river almost choked with ice. It's a frozen river, but I think we could bash our way through it. It's not much travel. Not many demons go there. It's a little chilly for the taste, and it's a little dangerous with all that ice. Icebergs, icebergs and boats have a strained relationship over the years, but I think it'd actually be faster than going back to the Phlegathon to go back onto the route we were going before.
I'm on board. I like this idea.
All right, Disco Crew, set a course for the Cocytus.
Oh, yeah.
You hated Phlegathon before. How do you guys feel about the word Cocytus?
Oh, that's fine. It's not ridiculous like Phlegathon.
What? I can't think of any reason.
It's not absurd like Phlegathon.
Yeah, okay. So Blake has his new spells. King is talking to Lloyd. Nifyx is up on the deck with Sharon. Let's end with Cordelia. Cordelia, you're convalescing. Ted takes away your bloody bandages, brings you, do you want a sandwich or something?
Yeah. Maybe some cake.
Okay, just brings you a whole ass cake.
And I'll just do that snake thing where I just...
Oh, yeah. The whole cake?
Yes.
That rules. Okay. Cordelia slowly envelops an entire cake. And while you're doing that, you see across the hallway, Lynette.
Oh, my little sugar plum. What are you doing here?
Noodle, come here. I have to show you something. Shh, keep it on the DL.
Okay, what is it?
Cordelia gets up from her convalescing bed and crosses the hall to another door. This was like a supply closet in the discotheque, and enters it to visit her girlfriend, Lynette the Raven, or the Valraven. And when you enter the room, the door closes behind you. And no one is around to see that the door that closes behind you is a black gate.
Dun, dun, dun.
I got bamboozled.
Lauren is spicy this week.
Am I spicy this week?
You just sent me a message that says, "Hey bitch, you up?" Which I guess means it's credit time.
Credits Prison 2, Electric Boogaloo.
All right, so everyone knows the music credits are in the description, as well as all the Patreons. Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. That's how you get on the list we're going to read. You're at Rargalicious everywhere.
Buy my titty pics. I'm poor.
That too. Patreon.com/LauraKBuzz for Laura. Patreon.com/Weekly Manga Recap. That's Chris. And Patreon.
Please help him.
Please help the boy. Patreon.com/ofhorse. That's Conrad. Everyone's stuff is clickable in the description. What is also called? The show notes is another term for it. The show notes is where you can find all the information you crave. It's time to read names, Lauren.
Bozog blew my cover 7, going to heaven to kill or seduce Evan.
A werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand.
He knows how to live that life. Aaron Norgard.
Aaron, conduit of Tuska. Nope, pronounced Tuska.
Or is it Tuska?
Tuscott. I love when people include pronunciations, but only after I've already fucked it up. Thank you.
Abigail Grace.
Adrian Y.
Aftershock, conduit of sacrilegiousness.
So, that's a good word, sacrilegiousness.
It is.
Agent Hedgepiggle. That's a good name.
Aki Savalainen.
Albert West.
Aaliyah.
Alex Vepra.
Allison the Purple is Moose a plant.
Eventually, we're going to narrow it down to the last 2 organisms in the universe.
Well, see, my problem is that my brain is full of mush, and I will forget all the things that Moose has already been declared not to be.
We have brain problems. An otter playing patty cakes with you.
My God. Andrew Birmingham.
Andrew Faget, conduit of making Dice Funk canon in BreadTube itself. All right, do I got to search it? Is everybody going to have a link for me? Or okay.
I would really like to know more about BreadTube.
That's a name for leftist YouTube.
Oh, I really wanted it to be a tube of bread.
Yeah, okay.
I love bread. Andrew Grothin.
Andrew R.
Andy Harkins.
Anna,
conduit of procrastination.
Anthony, patron of Dora.
Antonio, conduit of snacks. Also me.
Arachnivolt, keeper of the credit prison.
Arcanist of... pronounced Julia?
We're really dumb. Please help us.
Arja Limited.
Oh, I'm doing another one.
Conduit of everyone buy Laura's book Uncomfortable Labels. Do it.
If you're going to use our credits to help the other people on the show sell their stuff, that's what we call a win-win in the industry.
Exactly.
Arjun de Koning.
Arthur North.
Ash, defender of Lauren and lover of women.
Oh shit, I got bodyguard. Aubrey Hunter.
You have your King's Guard. It follows you everywhere to go to protect the titties.
They're very powerful titties.
Austin Korgsky, conduit of Best Boy itself.
Austin!
Ow.
You guys are awesome. Isaac. Gavel. Conduit of gavel, gavel, gavel.
Do we do Aubrey Hunter or did I miss it?
That's a great question. Aubrey Hunter, just in case.
Just in case. Hey, Jade's near the top of the list now. Someday I'm going to figure out how to make Patreon do it by something else besides alphabetical. I've tried. It just won't do it. Also, it deleted my draft this week for the new episode. I had to retype it.
Well, that's rude.
Patreon, fuck off.
Backwards of Conduit Sparkle.
Be like Lauren's bra and support her titties.
I agree. Beef Swellington, conduit of meat.
Also be like Lauren's bra and stab her mercilessly.
Oh, no, don't wear underwire anymore. Underwire can suck my dick.
BJ, conduit of miniature giant space hamsters.
B-Ray Echo.
Before we continue, I gotta say, I got tiny nips.
Blue 6.
Boness.
Brady, conduit of successful murder, finally no!
Is this one of the plausible deniability things? Oh no, please come back.
Oh, please, stop. No, don't.
Brent, still every episode of Dice Funk Goatly. Thank you, Brent. Thank you.
Callum, more importantly, how is Moose?
Merce.
Moose. Parentheses and in parentheses, Turner.
Everyone asks who is Moose. No one asks how is Moose. Why is Moose?
Oh, shit.
Callum Turner has terrible memes. Be gone, knave.
Oh, no, more fights in the credits. Cameron Abbas.
Candace, listen to Dice Funk Starling.
Caradwen, conduit of crushing on Austin in a respectful, non-horny way.
That's the only way. Charlie, thwart me, daddy, Chockley.
Chris, conduit of bad decisions, Walling.
Hold on, let me get another run at that one. Charlie, thwart me, daddy, Chockley. How's that? Is that better? I think people want the daddy voice. Christ, man. Conduit of judging your weak ass sins.
All of my sins are extremely dope.
Christopher Charlow.
Coho Blast.
Conduit of Half-Thor, Grunderson, first of his name, bringer of Run Out of Space.
Cosmignon says Ragtime the kitten says hi. That is an amazing name for a kitten.
I saw the kitten on the social medias.
I do love the social medias.
That's where the kittens are.
Counterfeit. Sierra Saldana.
Oh,
Prophet of R and Jesus.
you just want to do it this week?
Well, I just know how to pronounce that name.
You got excited. Q, I appreciate you. Yes, you, Cumber.
DL. I do like to keep things on the DL.
Dandy Snuff.
Daniel.
Daria, go right. Oh, it's like a order. Daria, go right.
Dawning Frost.
Deathworm, conduit of good pets.
I feel like Jessworm and the word good
Mm-hmm.
next to each other is not. No.
Maybe the deathworm is the species and it's a good boy.
Okay. Decibel.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
DM Tau. Now I have to deal with player shenanigans.
Oops. It's like killer whales. They're called killer whales, but they can be good.
They really like to murder.
Yeah, we watched that documentary when they were very rude to that seal. Don Johnston.
Dorian, Conduit of Devotion.
Dr. Goatman.
Dr. Isix.
Dragon in the server room.
You do it.
Drod Naluk, Professor of Curses and Magical Maladies at Shardpoint Academy. Someone's trying to get on the NPC list. Don't tell Sketch.
I feel like I ask this literally every single month.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Dylan and Rillin, the dog, listening on a lazy Sunday morning? Also dishes.
It could be Dylan and Rillin. It could be Dylon and Rylon.
Or Dylan and Rylon. You never know.
It's a mystery.
Dylan, Conduit of Bigger Skeleton Booty.
Ebrand, Kinky Asgardian Asclops.
INRJ.
Ecord.
Elder Dog.
I like an elder dog. They're very chill.
Yeah.
Elderly Goose, here for the Dice Funk Cinematic Universe.
Eleanor, no, not Dicey's Periton, a horned vampire lady with depression.
Also you.
That's a big mood.
Elaine!
Elizabeth Jackalope.
Emma Morant.
Emma, High Priestess of the Mystery Moose.
It has a following now. It's almost a religion. It's a cult now.
Did we say bird yet?
I can't recall.
Bird, and when I say bird, I mean any possible kind of birds that you have to tell us.
Oh, so we can just do really wide guesses, right? We should be like vertebrae.
Yeah. Also, bugs, maybe?
Indigo Van Dane.
Erwan the Logadek.
Ethan Lawrence.
Extellaris.
Fabian Got That Dank.
Fire and Brimstone, Redeemer of Stone, Conqueror of Mountains.
That'd be great if they sprinkled it throughout the credits. Florian H.
Francois Arsenal.
Francois V.
Frank Sands, Listen to Continue podcast in Dice Funk.
That's my show.
Gabe, I named my Roomba Steve Dave Albacaris.
Good Dog, Conduit of Scritches.
Grapefruit Juice.
Graffiti? Graffiti. Yeah.
Graffiti.
Graffiti is spelled differently. Conduit of Rhetorical Questions.
Guinevere Cummings.
God damn it, again. Half-Thor the Grunderson, first of his name, born of fire and brimstone, redeemer of...
Harbinger of Glory, the forerunner of Retribution, the firm of
I
Frosted.
didn't even notice as the next line. Fuck. Harley Astor.
Harrison Andrew.
Harry, King Badass. No, King Great Ass.
Hedron Master.
How do I make friends? Regards, Conduit of Social Faux Pas.
Ingmar Grimon.
Ink Drop the Ooze, Inducer of Oosmosis. Careful, it's contagious.
Isaac, Conduit of Tux the Penguin. Are we talking about fucking... I know that's Tex. There's a penguin in Animal Crossing named Tex, just so everybody knows.
Jaden, Smith, one assumes.
James Neely.
Jamie, the pink-haired massacre is coming for you, Aust. Oh, God. No. Okay.
Janiac, Conduit of giving Austin a month off from the credit abuse.
And I'm feeling very domed right now. Everyone's coming directly for me.
Jaspel, back to school.
Jay Logan, Conduit of Queerness itself.
Jayish Wizard, the Wizard J.
Jealous Goddess Cosplay.
Jen.
Jenny Colby.
Jerry, new campus openings are super stressful. Flowers.
I feel like everything's stressful. I don't do anything in my day where I'm not like, oh, this is going to be an ordeal.
I get I mean, honestly, going to bed is stressful even, so.
Because you gotta worry about when you have to wake up and how much sleep you're gonna get.
And then my brain is like, hey, you're not gonna sleep now.
I know, it sucks. Anyway, Jess Fege.
Joanna the Wrench Witch.
John Madera will be a polar bear in the next Bloody Roar. Hell yeah, that's a good Bloody Roar. Zoanthrope.
John Potts.
John Barnett, conduit of pillows.
John, hook me up with some pillows. Johnny Tips.
Joseph Tombrello.
Josie, Vengeance Paladin of Sun Dragons.
You know what? There is a case to be made there. There needs to be some vengeance.
No.
No? You still stand behind that decision?
Yeah. Jew-Man Jack Off, conduit of Yeetin' the Skeet.
Okay, I feel like we're just going to gloss right over that one. Yeetin' the skeet is something you definitely would say. What are you doing? I'm just yeeting the skeet.
Julian Phillips, conduit of Kaizen.
Just a jester.
Justin, conduit of Dice Funk Season 6, God Killing Round 2 on purpose this time.
I mean, who knows? Jorgen Indiewick. Oh, fucking hell. Jorgen Indie Monster Winewick Ford, conduit of name butchering.
Caster UK.
Kate, conduit of semi-regular regret. Keith Showman. Chomine.
Kelladry. Queer bi polyam cuddle slut, conduit of HRT-induced sore tits.
I'm glad you read that one because I thought it was Soretits.
Excuse me?
Keller Automat. I'm just bad at English today.
Ken, conduit of finally writing this goddamn PhD dissertation.
Kentorai. Fuck me.
Kentoroi.
Kentoroi. Ikitagamasu.
No.
Kevin Dobbins. Do it.
Kevin Dobbins.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Kitty Foe, conduit of guessing plot points.
Currito Prime, supporting 2 Patreons in this economy? Question mark.
Christina, conduit of Nifyx, becoming all the dinosaurs itself. I vote Leopleurodon.
What's that?
Google it, it's very big.
Okay, thanks. Carterion, Kato is Elias from Magus Bride. He's not, but I know what you mean.
Crystal, who thinks season 5 was a cover-up paid for by Big Mothman TM.
The truth is out there.
Kyle Badsvik.
Kyle, president of the Drop Goodwood fan club.
Lana Seawolf, Lady of Bones.
No, Lana Seawolf.
God damn it. Lana Seawolf, Lady of Bones.
Lawrence Duckling.
It's technically my mom's, and also full-grown duck. But let's talk about snacks, baby. Let's talk about... Hold on.
Yeah, do the song.
Let's talk about snacks, baby. I'm talking about you, auntie. That's really good.
You kind of faded out at the end there, though.
Fine, I'll do it really loud now.
Yeah, get with confidence.
Let's talk about snacks, baby. Let's talk about you, auntie.
Liam Sutton.
Liam the ghost cat will use ectoplasmic power to make the slime season.
Yeah, the audience wouldn't know when we recorded this, but I gave them, you know now because you just listened to the episode, I gave them a slime arc option, and they declined it, and they wanted to go to Spider House, so I tried to give them slime. They didn't want it.
Loki making donuts in homage of all-powerful moose.
The cold is spreading. Ludovico Limited.
Luke Powers.
Lulu Skidoo.
Luther the conduit of, oh god, the pet burbs are revolting.
They're always revolting and molting. M-Joe.
The Cult of Gorfanax.
Matt Collier.
Matt Lackus won all Triceratops all day. Dino season, best season.
Everyone loves the dinosaur. She should have just been a druid. Why is she even a bard at all?
How dare you criticize?
Matthew B. Hare.
Matthew Schultz.
Maximum Psy Boob 6. How Psy Boob got his groove back.
I'm rooting for him. Majin, conduit of drowning sorrows and other people's cats.
God,
Yeah.
I'm really glad that sentence turned out one way because I thought I was going to go a different way for a second there.
No!
Mel Bent.
Melissa the Dice Goblin.
I really like the way you said goblin.
Goblin.
Tis I, the Dice Goblin.
Oh, now we're just Skeksis. Gelfies.
It does happen. Michael Groman.
Michael Hall.
Michelle Minkler, conduit of Brotcled Bleeped I'm summoning. This is the Necronomicon.
Bratkleid bleeped Brackleid und Brackkraut.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't think I said any of that right.
Yeah, and I know it's Mikel. Because I messed it up and they sent me a message like, wow, you're very stupid and can't talk words. And I'm aware. I know.
Midlife stasis.
Mike draws you on a horse.
Thanks, Mike. Miko from Finland.
I want to open a business. It's just I draw you on a horse. That's all we do. You come in, we draw you on a horse. Miles and Rose, conduits of yin and yang.
Modified Matthew.
Morgan Rapp.
Mr. Willie Phoenix, Stephen Lesbian Seagull Pooh Bear Shaker.
What was that accent?
I don't know.
My personal favorite patron. Fuck, they got us. My personal favorite patron, Matt Luce.
My Valentine is postmodern artist Cy Twombly.
Namita Aneskins, conduit of Natural 2 itself.
Nathaniel Homan.
Nico, conduit of I'm Baby. I'm Baby.
I'm baby. Nicholas Dominic.
Chris won't let me do the baby voice anymore because it turns him on too much.
Nicole Woodruff.
No response at all. Damn, I thought I got
Nina
something.
Person.
Nina Person.
No. Gods, no heroes, just a man.
One day I will be a real boy. It's overrated, honestly.
Paye Rabjerg.
Pangolin can't believe you're letting Lauren craft items. I think it's gonna be we're all dead.
Paul Mullen.
Please call me Ashley. Yes, just Ashley.
Please shovel some poutine into my face holes.
It's big same, actually. Pocket Sundial.
Preston Bowers.
Pro Wrestling Mothman, Jermaine Walls, conduit of Cryptid Grappling. Damn, that'd be a really good crossover. The wrestling art from season 4 with Mothman from season 5.
Professor Archibald H. Cactus Esquire, conduit of ungulate theology.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Puck, oh no. Conduit of large ambitions but poor follow through.
Random, conduit of Would You Like a Hug?
Please. Razumi Yazera.
Remsiv.
Rob Dakin, conduit of delay.
Robert
Chisholm.
Robert E. Calf Baker, only 2 seasons until the sex season. I've written a lot of checks that I'm not going to be able to cash. I keep saying to different seasons are going to be
Future Austin will pay for this.
Yeah.
Robert Toothill.
Rowlett uses roundness. It's super effective.
S. Kearney, Shard Point Professor of Jargonology.
I bet that's a really sought after job. That's like one of the most.
That's like the coolest job. It's like working at NASA.
Mm-hmm. Salad Child.
Sam Stanowitz.
Sean Lyons Burke.
Sean, the host of Funk Dunk Plays.
Simmons, conduit of Harder Slatty. Guy do the voice.
You gotta.
Harder Slatty.
I hate it. I know you're contractually obligated, but I hate it. Shane Sedgwick.
Shane Ware. Check out Embalmed Apple to support a new creator.
Sin Milk Tom.
I do need to get jerseys made. This is Sin Milk Tom,
Sin
number
Milk
69. Sir Octopus, conduit of fun at parties.
Sir Octopus, conduit of chivalrous cephalopods.
They had the battle for supremacy. Slime King Mike, conduit of tasty Hollyfint. I didn't read ahead. Conduit of tasty Hollyfint dad bods. Is that everybody horny for Lancelot? Is that what's happening?
I guess. Snake emotions. Snemotions. Like snappiness or sadness.
Snakes only have one emotion, which is long.
Socialism is party cohesion plus Soviet power.
Squid Cap, conduit of shipping Blake and King. Also known as Bling, is their ship name.
Starlight Glimmer did nothing wrong.
Starlight Glimmer did things wrong, but has learned from her mistakes. Thank you for trolling other names in our credits.
Stefan Lund. I love you, Stefan. I'm sorry. Also a Danish shape-shifting raven who eats pizza.
I bet ravens like pizza, right? It's just flavor.
Everything likes pizza.
Yeah. Sternad, conduit of consonants.
Summertime is Peebus time.
Peebus, Peebus, Peebus.
Summer yam and the living's easy.
Oh, everyone is going to realize the power to make you sing if they do enough of these. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? That's just one of the names.
Sydney Marsing.
We'll do the next. We'll do all the rest of them in Eurythmics voice. Cyretha, asexual and loving it.
Lost the plot. I'm done. Tales of Inquiry.
Teraflops, but Terra like a name. Teraflops.
Tentaclost and Futanyorski.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
He's so offended.
The cast of Dungeons the Gathering.
The current temperatures in Arizona is 100 and fuck you degrees. Same, but also it's very wet here.
Yeah, it's a couple degrees below Arizona, but many more humidity. The murderous mongoose who's secretly standing directly behind you. God, thank you. Take me, mongoose.
I welcome the sweet release of death.
Mongoose death specifically.
The notorious boy got a job. I'm proud of you.
Congratulations on capitalism.
The precursor.
God damn it. The titanium-headed, the heavy-handed friend of centaurs. The whole thing's in here. Good job.
Tim Lutton.
Toby Gleason Stack.
Tom Bowers.
Toshiro Kuru, conduit of never living up to my own impossible goals. Good news for you. We're all gonna die someday. So, in a way.
Chase Marsing.
Just no interest in this. Transient passerby.
Trevor, conduit of stressful happiness.
Shay, looking forward to season 7, Octopus Traveler-ness. That's a good pun that only people who play obscure 3DS RPGs will understand, but I appreciated it.
Vigar Arnston.
Victoria Melito, conduit of quietness.
Victoria Valentine.
Vincent.
Vinny, conduit of vaping that ass.
Vaping that ass? What does that mean?
I don't know, but I had to say it like that.
Okay. Violet Skittles Unicorn, if it helps. I'm a unicorn. You're welcome. God damn it.
Zephosaurus.
Yeah, I got bitches on my dick, and I even got a dick. That has to be a lyric.
Yes, I did multiple accounts and pledges just for the joke. Lauren Cates.
Just coming back to the scene of the crime. Lauren Cates fucking showing up with all the detectives like, yeah, quite a crime that was committed here. Thanks. Z23619.
Zoltar, the Viking Death Metal Caterpillar, conduit of retribution. See, I could say it right in a clean take, but isn't it funnier if I sound like an idiot?
It's also easier in editing. And finally, Z. Corum overslept, and now he's at the end of this month's credits. It's very cute.
That was pretty cute.
Yeah, I just picture with like the little the snot bubble, you know. Wee.
You know what else is cute?
Cats.
Giving us money.
Oh, okay. You went in a different direction.
Pay for Austin. Pay for Laura. Pay for Conrad. Pay for Chris. I guess me.
Yep, you can do that, or you can just subscribe and comment and rate or whatever. iTunes. It's not even iTunes anymore.
Tell your friends.
Apple Podcasts is what it's called now. Google Play, Podbean, YouTube. Just engage with the brand and the content, you know?
I will also never say no to animal pictures.
Not legal tender, but it is emotionally important.
Please, that sweet, sweet dopamine.